And so our final presentation for this session is by Preeti Bangal, who will talk about the India long-term ecological observatories and also the bird component of this. So you can have Preeti's video, please.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Preeti Bangal and I work at the Nature Conservation Foundation. Today, I will introduce you to the India Long-Term Ecological Observatories program that is currently being set up in the country. And in this talk, I'll give a broad overview and background of the goals and objectives of the India LTEO program. Long-term ecological studies are important for understanding how ecosystems are changing and to identify what might be causing these changes. Given the background of climatic events that span long time scales, like increasing global temperatures, long-term studies can also provide insights into responses of ecosystems to these events. Internationally, various networks have been set up for long-term monitoring. Some examples of these are the LTER network in the United States and the NEON network. And the Nutrient Network is an example of a globally distributed experiment on nutrient cycling. There are several systematic long-term efforts in India. You heard about some of them before my talk, and we'll hear about several more in the next 1.5 days of the symposium, but there's no coordinated national program in the country. Identifying the need for such a program, India LTO was launched by the Ministry of Environment, Forests and Climate Change as a part of India's Climate Change Action Program. LTO is a multi-institutional program with the goal of setting up a common minimum program for long-term ecological monitoring for multiple taxa all over India. India LTO encompasses 9 themes for ecological monitoring. This includes forests, soils, grasslands, herpetofauna, fish, marine ecosystems, arthropods, birds, and animal movement. Each of these themes is based at a different institute in the country. And the bird theme is anchored at NCF. Within the bird theme, we have institutional partners in different landscapes across the country. The LTO sites span 6 landscapes all over the country, including the eastern and western Himalayas, the Western Ghats, Northwest Arid Zone, Central India, and Andaman Islands. There are sampling sites nested within each landscape, where every theme will lay their sampling frames in coordination with each other wherever possible to facilitate crosstalk between the data gathered. In each landscape, the LTO sites are spread across an environmental, topographic, or vegetation gradient. There are about 3 to 6 sites in each landscape, and each of these sites will be across either an elevational gradient in the montane landscapes, an aridity gradient in the Northwest Arid Zone, and different vegetation types in Central India and the Andaman Islands. This is an approximate work plan of the LTO program. Within the larger landscape that you can see in the background, you can see specific sites that are marked in red squares. Within each site, there will be a 2 by 2 square kilometer grid within which each theme will establish their sampling frames such as permanent transects or permanent forest plots and so on. Wherever possible, different themes will try to co-locate their plots. Within the bird theme, our goal is to understand changes in bird populations by looking at 3 aspects of population dynamics: distribution, abundance and densities, and demography. Our approach is to establish long-term monitoring sites across these key environmental gradients and collect information from coast to find levels. Our objectives follow from our goals. At the broadest level, we will examine the presence and absence of species over large spatial scales. This will allow us to look at broad patterns of habitat and environmental preferences of birds and how these may be changing. At a smaller spatial scale, we examine the changes in abundance and densities for the community as a whole, and at the most detailed level, we will use misnetting techniques to investigate the underlying demographic factors like survival and reproduction that may underpin the observed patterns of population change. Within the bird theme, going from the coast to fine scale framework that I described earlier, at the larger scale, We plan to conduct surveys in grids at each site using semi-structured data collection methods like time checklists. For this, we plan to collaborate extensively with local nature clubs and birding groups and citizen scientists for data collection. At a finer scale, we will employ more systematic sampling methods by walking permanent transects at each site by trained personnel. And at the finest level, we plan to implement capture-recapture mist netting in some of the landscapes with help from trained field staff. From our broad goals and objectives, we expect to arrive at two main outcomes: collecting long-term data on bird populations in space and over time, and to arrive at responses of bird populations to environmental and ecoclimatic factors. The LTO effort is new as compared to the ongoing efforts in the country, and we'd like to draw from the learnings of all of these efforts. LTO is also limited by the landscapes that we are operating in and how long we can sustain. The idea would be to establish a self-sustainable system for monitoring in each landscape. Moreover, LTO is also constrained by where the program can start work initially, but in the bird theme, we aim to collaborate beyond the geographical extent of the project and establish ties with the ongoing long-term efforts to contribute to the future of bird monitoring studies in India. I'd like to thank our institutional partners and thank you all for listening.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Preeti, for that talk. And we have just a minute or two for questions before we have to take a break. So we have a couple of questions. Any chance more LTO sites will be added? For example, Uttar Pradesh. And I'll just add a question. That's for Pallavi. I'll add a question from Vrushal. What is the time scale you have in mind for these goals?
Hi, everyone. Well, can you please repeat your question?
Sorry, one question from Pallavi is any chance of expansion into other places like Uttar Pradesh? And that's Pallavi. And from Vrushal, what time scale do you have in mind?
Yeah. So for Pallavi's question, within the LTO program, for now, we are operating in specific landscapes, like I mentioned, and these are in specific states. But we'd like to establish collaborations if possible in different states. So even if we cannot officially include, for example, Uttar Pradesh under the LTO sites, because we are limited by several logistical factors, we'd be very happy if there are other people who are working in the other states and if we can collaborate in any capacity. The second question was about time scale. The first phase of the LTO program is for about 5 years, but of course we are limited by cost escalations and so on, but the plan is for the first 5 years, starting 2020.
Okay, thanks, Preeti. Just, I think, one final question, then we have to go for our break. But Vijay asks, sorry if I missed this, but how many sites are planned in each location? And what is the justification for the choice of these sites?
Thanks, Vijay. There are about 3 to 5 sites in each landscape. They are not equal number of sites across the landscapes. And we have several factors that we have considered while picking these sites. Like I mentioned, there's an environmental gradient that we're looking at in every site. And for the fine scale site selection, we're thinking about several different things. For example, how intact the habitat is, what is the distance from the nearest weather station, water bodies, and so on and so forth. So there are detailed sort of documents about fine scale site selection. And if you're interested in more details, I'm happy to share them with you later.
Okay, thanks, Preeti. I think we're running over by a few minutes, so we'll have to stop there. But again, the beauty of Slack is that we can continue our discussion over there.